This thing is hot, but it just slid right out. It was actually very, very easy. And that is how you protect all these seals and make sure that this procharger does not get damaged. What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another vlog. And today we finally change out the big pulley and go with the smaller pulley to increase the boost on this bad boy. If you guys have seen the last video, we took it back out to the track and it felt better, but it still ran the exact same time at actually a slower trap speed. So it definitely, looking at the logs, everything showed it was pretty consistent, but it still was only at about peak 10 pounds of boost. So we're gonna go ahead and swap out that pulley, put a smaller pulley on, and try to increase the boost to help it breathe and get down the track faster. The DA was not great. I believe it was in the like 3,000, something like that. And everyone out there was running a lot slower times than they should have. There was a, Corvette ZR1, which I believe was an automatic, and it was running a 12.2. So definitely this thing running what it ran, the 11.6, is actually really good. So we're gonna try to help it out, give it some more air by putting a smaller pulley and increasing the boost. And then hopefully we can go back next week if the weather permits. We do have what seems like a cold front coming in early next week to get a better weather and try to run that 10, because I know that's what we want. So that's what we'll do today, guys. Today we're gonna swap out the pulleys, do some data logging, and make sure that we send that file to Pat G so he can update the tune with the extra boost. So without further ado, let's get to it. All right, guys, so in order to remove this pulley, we're going to have to remove this piping here and try to get this lifted and out of the way. Once you do that, then we have to loosen up the tensioner and take the belt off. But I think what we're going to try to do is leave the belt on so that we can loosen up the pulley bolt while the belt is on it and the pulley can't move, and then we'll loosen up the tensioner and try to, hopefully this will slide out. If it doesn't slide out easily, then we'll just have to heat up this pulley around here, let it expand, and then that should help it slide out. You never want to force this thing out because it could damage the shaft. So we'll go ahead and get working on that. Alright, guys, so I've removed the pulley bolt with the belt on, and then I've also went ahead, you have to loosen up this bolt to get this to wiggle a little bit, and then obviously undo this top one to let this come back all the way up. But basically what happens is that loosens up the belt, and then it takes a little finagling to try to get the belt through this little edge, but it's off. Now, as you can see, the pulley's still kind of tight in there, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a nice little torch and just kind of slowly just heat up around the pulley, and hopefully that'll help it slide out easier, because I really do not want to be jamming or pulling or tugging along that. So let's find out if that torch will. Now to do that, I'm going to be using this. I've got my blowtorch with the automatic little striker, and I'm just going to slowly kind of just work my way around it, and just kind of heat it up slowly. And in a little bit I should be able to just slide that thing out. Well, guys, there you go. This thing is hot, but it just slid right out. It was actually very, very easy. And that is how you protect all these seals and make sure that this procharger does not get damaged. So this is still really hot, that's why I'm holding it with the glove. So I'm gonna put this off the side. Now this is a 4.25 pulley, and we're gonna be replacing that with a 3.9 pulley. And hopefully that'll give us a lot more boost. And alright, guys, so here we have the 4.25. It's still actually pretty hot. And here is a 3.9. You guys can see it's not much of a difference, but this should give us some extra boost. And the belt that I was using with my 4.25 was a 620, and unfortunately I do have some more belts, but this is a 605, so I believe an inch and a half smaller. I don't know if that's gonna work. And then obviously this is a 60-inch and this is just about 2 inches smaller, so I might have to go get a belt, but either way we're going back on, put this new pulley on and go from there. We might even need to go even smaller than this, but we'll see. Alright guys, so this pulley, I tried sliding it in by hand, but it gives me a little bit of resistance. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat this up down outside and then use my hands, and hopefully once it's a little bit heated up, it'll actually give me some really good sliding motion and able to get it in there without doing too much force. Again, we do not want to force that shaft one bit. Alright guys, so was able to swap out the pulley. That wasn't too hard, but the belts that I had unfortunately were not going to work, so I had to go make a quick run and grab a new belt. This belt definitely should work. So we're going to put this on and tighten everything back up and go do some data logging. Alright guys, so I've put everything back together. You got the new belt fit perfectly, nice and tight. Everything is tight. So this car is good to go. It's now got a smaller pulley, so we'll go ahead and probably do some data logs, get some information so that I can send it over to my tuner, Pat G, and he can give me a revised tune. But overall, it looks great. Everything's nice and tight. Well, it looks like everything is working just fine. The belt is fine. So now it's time to just go ahead and hook up the HP tuners and do some data logging and send it over to our tuner so that he can go ahead and check everything out, see what it's doing with the smaller pulley, and hopefully get us a revised tune to be able to see what this really gonna do. Well guys, I am back from the data log, and the car actually gained about 3 pounds of boost across the RPM range, which is really good, swapping out that pulley. It definitely is gonna help this car gain some power, hopefully get me into those 10s, but it still only peaked out about 12 pounds of boost. So ideally I want to be about 15 to 16 pounds of boost, so I decided to order a smaller pulley to get me there. But overall the car ran really well. I got the data logs and I'm sending them over to my tuner, Patrick Guerra, Pat G, down in Victoria. Shout out to him, he does a great job. And he's going to be looking that over and hopefully adjusting my air and fuel and all that other stuff for this new increase in boost across the RPM range. So I'm really excited about that. The car sounds great, it's running well, and can't wait to take it back out to the track, guys. So far so good. It's just a little dirty, but eventually I'll wash this thing. But anyways, that's it for now, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I was able to swap out that pulley, put that other pulley on, didn't have too many issues. If you have the tools, then everything can get done pretty simple. Luckily, I had some things like the blowtorch and things like that to heat up the pulley and make swapping out those pulleys very, very simple. I did have to go buy a belt, so that didn't work out, but other than that, we were able to get this done pretty quickly. Had I had all the belts and everything, this pulley swap could have been done within, 35 to 40 minutes. So that's actually a really good thing, and I'm hopefully when I get this smaller pulley, I'll be able to swap that out and get that extra boost and run it down the track. But anyways, guys, thanks a lot for joining me and for sticking with me till the end of the video. Appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. I'm trying to get to that 100 subscribers. So hope you guys have a good one.